Hello everyone, I'm Sonia Verma, Assistant Professor of ABES Engineering College. In today's lecture, we will know about the machine learning. So I'm here to present introduction to machine learning, how machine learning play a role in our daily life. So for that, we should know about that what is machine learning. Machine learning enables a machine to automatically learn from data, improve performance from the experience, and predict things without being explicitly programmed. Here in the figure, you will see there is a human and it's a machine. Well, how we learn from our experiences. When we are child, our mother or father or our parents told about that this is an pen, this is pencil. From that we come to know or we are able to recognize the things. Similarly, in such manner, machine also learn from their data, from the past experience. So here is a conversation between the human and the machine. Human says that I can learn everything automatically from the experience. Can you learn? Machine. Yeah, I can also learn from the past with the help of machine learning. So to make machine learn, we should have a data that is relevant data. And from that data only machine can learn. Now, the question comes in the mind that how machine learn from the data. We have some algorithm and we feed those algorithm in the machine, then machine and these algorithm has some set of rules that are used to help computer perform problem solving operation, large volume of data from which to learn. So we can say that the more data a machine learning algorithm is provided, the more accurate it becomes. Because if we have a large amount of data, the machine will learn a lot of things from the data. Now the next point comes, it involves data exploration and pattern matching with minimal human intervention. In the following figure, you can see that there is a past data and we have this process. We have process and analyze the data. Process and analyze the data means it will analyze what kind of data is it. And on that data, we will create some model and according to that model, the machine will learn according to that model only. So next comes to importance and application of the data. Now, why machine learning is important in our life? As we see, there are some reasons that machine learning, why human have limitations, but machine does not have limitations. Human, if we talk about the calculation, human are very much restricted to the calculation that it will not do the large calculation, but machine can do. Machine are capable to do the complex activities also. So we can say that the need for machine learning is that it is capable of doing tasks that are too complex for a person to implement directly, or as a human we can have some limitation as we cannot access the huge amount of data manually. So for this we need some computer system, and here comes the machine learning to make things easy for us. Now, next question comes where and how we can use machine learning. Let's talk about the healthcare. In healthcare, as you all know, last from 2 3 years, we are facing the COVID situation. Machine learning plays an important role to diagnose, to prevent, to detect the COVID or to handle the situation. As COVID was the disease that has like we have to isolate themselves if we have COVID. So chatbot was the very best option. When we are alone, we can talk with a chatbot. We can ask the question and chatbot will reply according to that. And as doctors are also have limitations that they cannot touch the patients, they cannot. So there also machine learning plays a very important role. So this is important that we should have machine learning in our life. So financially, if we talk about the finance, if in any kind of business, machine learning plays an important role. Or for the infrastructure, let's suppose you want to create a building. So machine learning also helps for deciding the infrastructure of our buildings. Marketing, as you all using the Flipkart, Amazon, all these sites, and you know when you select something, you will get a notification of your choice. How it is possible? It is possible because of machine learning. If you like, you are selecting some kind of dresses, or talk about the smart watches. If you select some brand, the next time the smart watches of those brand will come on your screen. So marketing is also a very important. Now next comes to the self-driving car. Self-driving car is mm, also can be done by the machine learning artificial. We can say the artificial intelligence, through the artificial intelligence recommendation system. As I already told you about that, the machine learning learn from the data. So whatever choice are ours, that the because of machine learning, the choices are kept in the data, and according to that, recommendation is also comes to our data. Then next comes to the chatbot. Chatbots are also whatever question you are having, like we are today we are dealing with the chat GPT. Lots of problems are solved by the chat GPT. If you're stuck somewhere in the programming, you ask to the chat GPT about the programming, and then it will return the some answer. So we already talk about the machine learning. If I talk that machine learning, what's the history of machine learning? So machine learning was the first convinced from the mathematical modeling of neural network, and that would be done by the Walter Pitts and neuroscientist Warner McClellan, published in 1943. So they are the publisher of the machine learning. So now let's come to the types of machine learning. Machine learning types. Machine learning basically divided in the three types, but some of the authors said that these are four types of machine learning. First one is supervised. Second one is unsupervised, then semi-supervised, then reinforcement learning. What is supervised, we will come to know in the next slide. But we are here some example that what supervised learning can do, what unsupervised learning and semi-supervised learning and reinforcement learning. Like if we talk about the house price prediction, then supervised learning will help in the supervised learning algorithm will help in this, like medical images. And if we talk about this unsupervised learning, customer segmentation, market basket, these are the example of unsupervised learning. Text classification, lane field finding on GPS data, these are the example of semi-supervised. Optimized marketing, driverless car, these all are the example of reinforcement learning. Now, next come to the what is supervised learning. Supervised learning works where your data is labeled. So we can say that supervised learning is a type of machine learning method in which we provide sample label data. Here you can see in the diagram also that we have some hexagon, triangle, and squares. Those all are the labeled data. So supervised learning mainly focus on the labeled data in order to train it. So the data should be labeled, and if data should be labeled, the machine will be trained and it will predict some output. The what now the question comes that what is goal of the supervised learning? The goal of supervised learning is to map input data with the output data. The supervised learning is based on the supervision. If I give you an example, a teacher teaches the student the same manner supervised learning will work. And it is the same as when a student learns things in the supervision of the teacher. Example, supervised learning is spam filtering also. So in the diagram, we see that we have labeled data. and we are apply some algorithm for training our model, and then it will predict the output based on the test data. Next come what are the type of algorithm we used in the supervised learning. There are basically two type of algorithm: regression and classification. And then question comes that what is regression? Regression means continuous data. When our data is in the form of continuous, then it will comes under the regression. When we have categorical data, then it comes to the classification. Categorical data means in the form of yes or no, true or false, on or off kind of data. So there are some algorithm which works under the regression. First one is linear regression, then second one regression tree, non-linear regression, Bayesian linear regression, polynomial regression. Then comes to the classification. There are some algorithm: random forest, decision tree, logistic regression, support vector machine. All these algorithms we will learn in detail further. Now comes to the unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning means we cannot be directly applied to a regression or classification problem because we have the input data but no corresponding output data. Means here data is unlabeled, data is not labeled. We have raw data. In the figure you can see here are the some images of dog and the cat. But here we are not labeled the data that this is a pic of cat and this is a pic of dog. Now, what in unsupervised learning? On some specification, it will interpret the data. Then, after interpretation, the algorithm will apply. After applying unsupervised learning algorithm, the processing will do, and then it will predict the data. It will predict the output. So the goal of the unsupervised learning is to find the underlying structure of data set group that data according to the similarities and represent the data set in a compressed format. Now, next come to the what are the types of unsupervised learning. There are basically two types. First one is clustering and second one is association. Comes to the clustering. What is clustering? As we know, similar kind of data in unsupervised, similar kind of data on their specification, on their size, shape, all these things, the data will come to one cluster, and other data will comes to another cluster. Cluster means grouping of data on their similarities. So after uh, in this clustering data, that there are some algorithm: k-mean clustering, KNN, hierarchical anomaly detection, neural network, PCA, ICA. Now, next come to the second type, association. Means one data is associated with another data. There are two algorithms: apparent algorithm, singular value decomposition algorithm. So we can say that the data classified on the based of their similarities, because here we are not having the labeled data, here we are having the supervised data. Let's come to the differences of supervised learning, unsupervised learning. As you all know that in the supervised learning, data is labeled and in unsupervised, unlabeled. Now, here in the supervised learning, model takes the direct feedback to check that the output is correct or not. But here there is no feedback in this unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, model predicts the output, but in unsupervised learning, it finds the hidden pattern in the data. In supervised learning, the input data is provided to the model along with the output. But here it provided to the model. So I already told you about the goal also, that it predict the output and it find out the hidden patterns. In supervised learning, data needs the model needs supervision, but in unsupervised learning, it does not need any supervision. So algorithm I already dictated you some algorithm, also explained some algorithm, linear regression, logistic regression, and here we have clustering and association in the unsupervised learning. So we can say that supervised learning is not too close to true artificial intelligence because it needs some supervision. So, but unsupervised is more closer to the artificial intelligence because it learns on based on the similarity. So the last type of last type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. Now, what is reinforcement learning? Reinforcement learning is a sub branch of machine learning that trains a model to return an optimum solution for a problem by taking a sequence of decisions by itself. Here you see that a dog with a ball, and in one picture he is having a cube with a as a reward. Now here dog is and ball both are working as an agent and the state, and these all are the environment. So we can say the action dog are doing some actions. So we can say that reinforcement learning is an area of machine learning that concerned with the how intelligent agent out to take an action in an environment in order to maximize notion of cumulative reward. So it's all about the reinforcement learning. Now, next we there are some references. We have used data from these references. So this is all about the machine learning. Thank you all for